Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Glowing Card Sports. Again, I am your host, Adam. We are here with the Week 17 picks. I'm going to go ahead and pop in my thoughts on the Broncos at the beginning of this one as well. I don't have a lot to say at this point. The season's over. Obviously, losing to the Patriots, it was the final nail in the coffin. I'm glad I got to go to the game. It was a heck of a game, closer than it should have been. Um, Denver actually should have won that and blown them out, but they didn't. They can't seem to win when they absolutely need to. It's almost like they relaxed and took their foot off the gas. Like, yeah, we got it, no problem now. Um, taking the timeouts when they should have probably let it go to overtime. That's a Monday morning quarterback call. Looking back on it, I actually at the time turned to the guy that I was at the game with and said, we should not be taking timeouts. We should go to overtime with this because I felt like if we got the ball to start overtime, we could possibly just drive down and score a touchdown and win it. They had been driving very well and scoring touchdowns and 2-point conversions. It seemed like at that point, it for the defense for the Patriots, it was all over. The offense was moving the ball all right. Um, do I think they would have scored a touchdown? Who knows? I don't know. It was very cold. I'm sure that affected the Broncos. It should not have, but it did. And it didn't affect the Patriots near as much. Um, Today, they said they're going to start their backup guy, and I can't even remember that guy's name. Um, and Russell Wilson actually played pretty much lights out in that game. I think he was like 15 or 20, 15 of 20, or I think he only missed like 5 passes all night. 3 touchdowns, and if there was an interception, it definitely wasn't his fault. It seemed like we just had a couple fumbles running the ball, and that special teams double fumble into the end zone where we just gifted them 7 points, and that was the difference right there. I mean, had that not happened, Denver wins that game. I think there's a lot of different things that could have made Denver win that game. It was a collective loss. I think they played just as bad last Sunday as they did against the Texans. The Texans, I mean, they did. The Texans did a little bit to win that game a few weeks ago, and the Pats on offense did some stuff to win the game. But they got a little lucky with the double fumble into the end zone, and the offense played fairly well, but their defense was progressively getting worse throughout the night. So I don't think that was so much about the Patriots winning or playing well as it was about Denver playing poorly. And I know this Broncos team is going to continue to improve, and seeing the implosion in Kansas City next year, it is going to be between the Denver Broncos and the Raiders. The Chargers are going to be in rebuilding. The Chiefs are in disarray. We'll see if they can recover in the off season. But Mike Holmgren, their head coach, generally what happens with him is what you're seeing happen currently with Kansas City. And it's happened, I think, when he was with Green Bay, and again when he, I think, was with Seattle. He gets there, revamps the team, and it's like this bell curve. He does really well, Super Bowl, then down, 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 and then garbage, and never recovers, and then they'll fire him. And I think that's what we're getting ready to see again in Kansas City. Heck of a coach. I'm not sure why the bell curve goes down on him and then he just can't recover. I don't know. He takes a couple years off, rethinks, revamps his whole coaching strategy, and then can implement something new. Um, So, yep, not sure with him. He'll be okay. He'll be the coach for the next 2 seasons, 3 seasons, but after that, when they don't win an AFC championship in any of the next 3 seasons, and one of those seasons probably has a losing record somewhere in there, um, I think you're going to start seeing the Chiefs maybe think of going a different way. Um, all that being said, I knew that the Raiders were going to beat them last week. I mean, the Chiefs they're not that great, to be honest. They're extremely lucky that one, Denver started out as bad as they did. Because if Denver had won the games that they probably should have, I almost said Oakland, Las Vegas week 1, Commanders week 2, and then again last week should have won versus the Pats and the Texans. Should have beaten the Texans in that game. So if you flip those 4 games, which are all 3-point losses or less, um, although I'm not sure how the Texans one finished, 1 score or less. Let's put it that way. Had as much of a chance to win as lose. So if those games had been flipped, Denver would have, I believe, a 2-game lead in the AFC West right now over everyone. And with a win this week over the Chargers, would have clinched the AFC West for the first time in 6 years. And they're moving that way. So next year is going to be very interesting. I don't like that the Denver organization hasn't been able to uh, get a quarterback that has been very good over the years. Like, and by say get, I mean draft or build somebody from the practice squad or college, or just get somebody in that from the get go is going to be a Hall of Famer, like they got with Elway. We got Manning, and we tried to do the same thing with Russell Wilson. That doesn't look like that's going to work out. The backup, I can almost tell you they don't have anything good in that backup. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Hopefully it's a win anyway because the Chargers are so bad. But they almost beat the Bills last week. So I do wonder if Denver will not be able to beat the Chargers this upcoming week. All that being said, I said I didn't have a lot to say, and really we're at 8 minutes into this video, and generally when I do the Broncos videos, they're 20-25 minutes long, or maybe even a half hour. But all in all, that's all I got to say. The season's over. It's over. Mathematically, they would be eliminated this week with a loss. If they win, I think that I can't remember who's in the 7th seed right now. They would have to lose. The Steelers would have to lose, and one other team I can't remember. I can't remember what 3, but there are 3 teams that would have to lose, and then the following week Denver would have to win again, and I think those same 3 teams would have to lose for Denver to get that last wild card spot. So, while not mathematically eliminated, I don't see 3 teams losing the next 2 weeks. I just don't think it happens. I should have pulled that up, but it doesn't really matter to me. Broncos aren't going to get in there. I'm done with this season. That's it. So yeah, that's the long story short right there. So let's get into the more exciting part that we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. We're going to make the picks. We'll give you the results shows. That'll be the season for the NFL this year. And then I'll probably go back to streaming more games. talking more Avs and Nuggets. Rockies, oh, man. I'll give you some updates on the maybe on the Rockies. I don't think there's going to be a lot to talk about with the Rockies, especially with the Dodgers picking up Otani and another superstar pitcher from Japan. Unreal. And as good as the Dodgers were last year, picking up two basically all-star pitchers in the starting rotation, um, I think they win more games this year, and they probably go to the series. And unless they're playing maybe the Astros, I don't think anybody beats them at this point. Granted, I say all of that, and they have to stay healthy. This is all contingent on the players that are there now continuing to be there. So, all that being said, not a lot to say on the Rockies. They're probably going to come in dead last again this year. I'd almost just, I don't like to give up on a home team. And the Rockies, I love the Rockies. I love the players. I love the coaches. They deserve better than what they got. The coaching staff there just sucks. So, not the coaching staff. The ownership there sucks. They have, I think the ownership got what they wanted, a stadium bar that sometimes hosts baseball games. That's it, unfortunately. Anyway, we're not here to talk about baseball too much, so let's just cut that off right there. We'll get into the picks. I'm going to start. Again, I'll have to open my app because I'm going to get all the numbers off of this particular app, which I've mentioned in the past. But they're not paying me, so I'm not giving away free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. All right, so let's get into it. First game I got slated is New York Jets, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland's favored by -7. The Jets have been playing pretty well. Do I think they win this? No. But do they lose by more than 7? No. I'm going to take the Jets +7 on there. Next one I got is Detroit Lions versus Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys have been having a little trouble as of late. And seeing how the Lions played Denver, Lions +6.5. So Dallas is favored by 6.5. Nope, I don't believe that. I think the Lions probably win this game. So, and I've said it in the past. Yeah, go ahead, give me 6.5 points. I said that about the Broncos, and the Broncos didn't lose. Yeah, just ridiculous. So I'll take. I'm still going to take the Lions +6.5 here. Hold on, I got to type it in. $6.5. Okay. Now what we have next are the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills are favored by 12. No more double digit. I'm not taking the Bills to win by more than double digit. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Give me the Patriots +12. Do I think they're playing any better? No, I think they played the right team at the right time to get that win. +12 though. That's a lot of points. I'm going to take the Patriots +12. We got the LA Rams at the New York Giants, and the Rams are favored by 6. Again, I don't think the Giants are playing that bad. I mean, they aren't winning games, but they aren't losing by that much. So I'll take the Giants +6 here. What else do we got? We got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Kind of let it slip. I'm going to take the Texans, who are favored by just 3.5. They're at home. They're playing pretty well. I think they can get a win here, and I think that is probably what's going to happen. So give me Houston minus 3.5. Not a lot of even money games anymore. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, again, Eagles and Cowboys have been scoring a lot of points against opponents, but the Eagles especially have cooled off. The Giants have also cooled off, not scoring quite so many points. So 10.5, that's a lot. And again, I'm just not going against, I'm not going, a team to win by more than 10. So give me Arizona plus 10.5. Helps if I spell the names right too. Cardinals. Okay. We got the Atlanta Falcons at Chicago. The Bears are favored by 3 here. I kind of feel like this is probably the even money game. I think the Bears probably win this by exactly 3. So this may come to be a push. So it might not even matter what I select. But Bears being home, I always like the home team, especially when the points are a little low like this. So anything 3 and less, usually I'll just take the home team, um, which is what I'm going to do here. Bears minus 3. Then we have the Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens just put on a show against the Niners. Baltimore's probably the team in the entire league to beat right now because of that win. I don't know if they tipped their cap too much and gave away too much for what I think will probably be a Super Bowl rematch versus the Niners. But, you know, I think Baltimore wins this game. And if they're going to win it, 3.5 is not a lot to be winning it by. So I'll take the Ravens by 3.5. And again, if I spell correctly, we'd be moving along a lot faster. So next game up is the San Francisco 49ers at the Washington Commanders. Now again, I really don't like double-digit games, and maybe this is a trap game. Maybe this, I don't think the Commanders win this game, but do the Niners win by 2 touchdowns? Well, it's kind of going to be a revenge game, and they're playing, a team that's just awful. I know Washington's at home, but the Niners are going to be a little ticked off that they lost to Baltimore last week, and I think they do get some revenge. Again, it's really tough for me to go on a double digit. Normally, I'd just take the Commanders in this, but occasionally you have to think about, is this really going to be the blow up that they're saying it's going to be? And I think this might actually fall into that category. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it here. I am not confident in this one at all, but I am going to take the Niners minus 13.5. I it's one of those. If I lose this one, I should have known better. But we're gonna go for it, and we'll see what happens. So now we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis favored by 3. I hate that the Raiders are playing so well right now. I think this is an adjustment for last week, and that they are seeing some now of what I'm seeing, that Indy isn't favored by 7 or 10, but only by 3. But I still think the Raiders probably just win this outright, as well as they're playing, and I hate to say that. I am not looking forward to that last game of the year, Denver at Las Vegas. So I'm going to take the Raiders plus 3 in this case, because it's, I mean, really, I hate to say anything good about the Raiders, but they're playing well right now. And I think they're kind of a buzzsaw, and Indy is probably meeting them at the wrong time. So the next game we got is Carolina Panthers at Jacksonville Jaguars. Panthers only with 2 wins this year, and they're just so bad. They seem to kind of come back a little bit, kind of put things together every so often, and then it all falls apart on them. And they just like 2 weeks ago won a game, and then it's all starting to fall apart again. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville -7. I think that's actually a fairly easy. Jaguars -7. I'll take Jags -7. All right. We got the remaining 4 games here, and they're all kind of somewhat close. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I don't think the Steelers are playing all that well. Seahawks are definitely playing better. So Seahawks -3.5. I think this one is fairly easy. Yeah. And we just got word today that Denver is not going to start Russell Wilson against the Chargers. The Broncos were favored by 5 this time, so I'm going to take the Chargers +5. That might be the lock of the week, actually, because I think with Russell sitting and the backup playing against a starting NFL team, this probably doesn't go well. I'd imagine I could even see by the 3rd quarter they bring Wilson back in to try and win this game, if things are really not going well. I would say if the Chargers are up 14 at half, you would see Russell Wilson come back for the second half. That's just my thoughts on it. We'll see what happens. That's why they play the games, man. That's, get some interesting results. We'll see what happens. The not knowing is the best thing. It's the funnest part for me. So I really like not knowing. And that does bring up something. If the Broncos are playing or have played, and it's only been like an hour or 2 after the game, and you see me, don't tell me the score of the game. I'm more than likely on my way home to watch it. And the not knowing is the whole point. I don't know if the Broncos are going to win or lose that game. If you tell me the ending, it's like telling me the end of a murder mystery movie or something like, oh, so-and-so's the killer. Oh, well, thanks. You just saved me 2.5 hours and $10 for a ticket. I'm not going to see it now. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but now I won't because I already know the ending. And it's the same thing for football games. If I'm going to watch one and I've recorded it um, for the commercials, I do a pretty good job of just not mentioning the game, not wearing team gear, because as soon as you put on like a Broncos jacket, a shirt, or something like that, or I'm an Oklahoma State Cowboys fan, if I have some of their gear on and they've played, it's people can't help, they can't resist. Oh, did you see the game? What an amazing ending for Oklahoma State. They won it by that touchdown right at the end. Thanks. Um, oh no, you saved me 3 hours. I'm not gonna watch the game now. I'll do something else. Who knows? Maybe I'll just go to bed early. You know, that's fine. Um, so if you're going to talk about the game, just first thing is just ask. Hey, did you see that? Did you see the game? Did you watch it? If the answer is no, the next question should be, are you gonna watch it? Because everybody records stuff now, so you fast forward through the commercials. That's why I do it, so I can just enjoy the game and not have to worry about anything else. So if the answer to that is yes, I'm planning on watching the game, shut your face. Shut your face. Okay, well, I'm not going to give anything away. Enjoy your game. If you want to talk about, the elections coming up or whatever else, anything else, this, only it's the angry one. Look, um, so that's my rant. Last two games. Let's finish this off and I'll upload this. We have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like this is another Raiders game. I actually think Cincinnati probably wins this game. Not that it really matters to Kansas City at this point. I do think they need just one more win to clinch the AFC West, I believe. They're not going to get it this weekend. I think Cincinnati actually beats them. And again, adding 7. Yeah, give me the Bengals plus 7. That was I think that one's kind of an easier one. Even if Kansas City wins, maybe they hit a field goal at the end, they win it by 2 or 3 or whatever. I don't think they cover 7 though. Then we have Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota favored by 2. They're at home. Divisional rival game. Who knows what will happen? So I'm just going to take the home team. So give me the Vikings minus 2. And there you have it. Week 17 picks done. All my rants out of the way. I'll get this video uploaded pretty quick. And yeah, let's just end it there. Thank you guys for watching Glowing Card Sports again. Any suggestions, comments, anything you want to say, like, share, subscribe, comment. And as always, be good to each other.